Yo, what's up? How's it going, guys? How's everybody doing in quarantine? It's been a fun week. I say that very sarcastically as I'm cooped up in the house, drinking coffee all day long. I just been working on some more videos. I'm working on a video to get out to you guys in the next couple days or so, probably. It's a video about which coasters I think will be getting removed next from each SeaWorld entertainment park. So obviously that includes all the SeaWorld and Busch Gardens parks. Um, so yeah, that'll be cool to talk about. It's also going to be I'll address it in the video too, but the thing is with that video, I know a lot of people wanted to see it and I do want to make it as well. But the thing is about the SeaWorld parks, all of their coasters are pretty new, and I don't think any of the coasters in the SeaWorld branded parks will get removed for a very long time. And even at the Busch Gardens parks, I don't think any are really going to be leaving at any point soon. So it's kind of different. It's going to be quite a bit different than like my Six Flags and Cedar Fair ones because I'm going to be talking about, you know, which coaster I think might get removed from certain parks next, but then I'm also going to say, well, it's probably not going to get removed for, 20 years or something like that. But anyway, uh, yeah, good to see all you guys here. I see more people joining us. Oh, yeah, no problem. Coaster Lover 2001. Yeah, if you guys haven't checked out Coaster Lover 2001's channel, be sure to go check him out. I checked his channel out a couple days ago now, I believe, and I watched a couple of his countdowns. He does a good job, talking about different rides and his thoughts on them. So definitely go check out his videos and support him. So he always supports me. So good to see him here. Everybody, go say hi to him. So. So as far as coffee today, I'm just drinking on McDonald's coffee that I have. I love McDonald's coffee. It is honestly some of the best coffee out there. It's just really consistent. It's always delicious. I got my Maverick mug here. It's one of my favorites. And I'm actually waiting. It should be here very soon, actually. It could even be here. I can't talk. It could actually be getting. Why can I not talk right now? It could possibly be getting delivered right at this very moment, right outside. But I ordered online. At the suggestion of one of my viewers, and I thought this was a really good idea since this is Coaster Cafe and I like to talk about what coffee I'm drinking. Somebody said, why don't you order from Green Glass Coffee, which is a company in Paw Paw, Michigan. It's a small, pretty new startup coffee company. And actually, the branding and logos and all that for Green Glass Coffee is designed by the one guy from the Chain Lift, which is an awesome channel. But yeah, I think it's his name is Mark, is the one that does the graphic designing. He actually is like a freelance graphic designer, and he designed the logo and everything for Green Glass Coffee. So like I said, I'm actually waiting for the coffee that I ordered. It's supposed to be here today, no later than 3:45. So it could even be getting delivered right now. Who knows? But since I don't have that yet, I'm just talking about what I'm drinking now, which is just plain McDonald's coffee, but it's always great. So what's up, guys? Hey there, Insane Coaster Junkie in the house. All right, good to see you here again. Coaster Camp is asking me if I've ever drank coffee from amusement parks. Yes, I have. I've had coffee. I think I actually did have coffee at Holiday World. Yeah, I did because all their drinks are free. So I had coffee at Holiday World in 2015 when I went. I don't remember being blown away by it. It was good coffee, I think, but it was coffee. It was good. And well, it's okay, Coaster Camp. I know it's not the Q&A yet, but the question's related to what I'm talking about now, so it's all good. That's why I'm answering it. But yeah, I've had Starbucks at Cedar Point as well. Um, I actually have this quick little story about when I ordered coffee one time at Cedar Point. So I've gotten the Starbucks on several occasions at Cedar Point last year, but there's this little in Frontier Trail, right after you walk into Frontier Trail as you pass Millennium, there is this like coffee shop and where they like sell cookies and things like that. Well, I went in there and I saw that they actually had their own freshly brewed coffee there for like, I don't know, 2 something. It was fairly cheap. I'm like, I'm gonna try that coffee because I love coffee. I always want to drink coffee. Figured why not try it? Well, there was one time I went in there, ordered coffee, and they said, "Oh, we don't have that." And I'm like, "Why is it on the menu?" Um, but another time I went back in there and tried to order the coffee, and I said, "I want some freshly brewed coffee." And I ended up not saying anything because I just didn't feel like dealing with it. And the girl was so nice and everything too, so I felt bad complaining or whatever. But when I ordered the freshly brewed coffee, they they rang me up for a cold brew coffee that they have, which those are like, you know, damn near $5. I think I got a little bit off with my Platinum Pass discount, but damn near $5 for a cold brew coffee. But when I saw that they rang me up for that, I'm like, whatever, it's not that bad. Cold brew coffee is good. I'll drink it. Th- this damn cold brew coffee, I'll tell you what, it tasted like chocolate milk. I'm like, I did not just pay $5 for some chocolate milk. I just sucked it up and I drank it. But I'm like, I'm never ordering coffee from there again. My dog's barking. Maybe the delivery guy's here with that coffee. I don't know. But yeah, I love coffee too. I'm always drinking coffee, especially now being home with all this going on. I'm just drinking coffee constantly. Um and that's okay, Insane Coaster Junkie. You don't have to be a fan of coffee. That's all right. We all got our different things. Some people much prefer tea. I've never cared for tea. I've tried. There's like one kind of tea that I like. It's vanilla chai tea, and I like put like some milk and sugar in there, and it's delicious. But other than that, yes, CT Coasters, you've been to the same Starbucks as Coaster Daddy, so I guess you can brag about that if you want to. Yeah, I'm with you guys. I love coffee. That's right. Coaster Daddy better get good coffee. Luckily, the coffee I'm drinking is good, which is why I buy it. Have I tried Dunkin' Donuts coffee? Well, of course I have. I've actually had it on the show a couple times. I love Dunkin' Donuts coffee. It's one of the best out there, in my opinion. Hey, that's all right. You don't gotta like coffee. That's all right. It's just something I love. So, it's Coaster Cafe here, and I figured why not talk about what coffee I'm drinking on. So, somebody said, is there one at Kings Island? I'm assuming Starbucks. I think there's a Starbucks at Kings Island. I'm pretty sure there is. I want to say there is. Yeah, there is one there. I do remember walking past it. So my home park is Cedar Point, CT Coasters. My home park is Cedar Point. All right. Well, this intro has actually gone on for quite a while. I know I told my little story there, and we talked about the coffee, which is cool. But I guess we're going to do this like normal. So as most of you guys probably know, um, and for the people that are here that might be new, I'm just going to explain. For Coaster Cafe, patience, Insane Coaster Junkie, patience. He's getting a little antsy over there. He wants to hear that juicy news. He wants to hear the gossip. He wants to hear the juicy stuff. So calm down. We'll get to it, okay? Um, what we're gonna do here. I do the intro. I talk about the coffee, and then we talk about news around the industry. And after that, I do a trivia portion where I ask you guys 2 questions, and then I do a Q&A after that. Just so you guys are aware, I'm still not even exactly sure what I'm gonna ask for my second Q&A question. I have one question ready. I honestly could not think of another one, and I have a couple ideas that I might use, but I'm not sure exactly what I'm gonna ask for my second question yet. I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. So the second question I ask is gonna be off the cuff. But, anyway, getting to the news here, okay? Um, Obviously, there's a lot going on in the world right now with the coronavirus. There's been it's just taken a toll on everybody. It sucks. Um, Everybody's cooped up inside, and all these parks are closing. We've had many more park closure announcements, and I'm not even gonna go over those. They're just like pretty much every park out there is closed now, except for one particular park that has decided not to close amidst this pandemic. And I'm not a fan of that decision. There's one particular chain that's a very small park chain that is keeping their properties open. And yeah, I'm just not a fan of it. Um, it's just like, why are they still open? They really shouldn't be open right now. And they posted pictures one day on social media of their workers walking around the park with a huge smile on their face, and they have these little their little sanitizing wipes and all things like that and bottles, and it's like, we're taking precautions to keep everybody safe, blah blah blah, and it's like, you should not be open right now. So I don't know what the hell they're thinking. Yeah, not a fan of that decision. But as somebody mentioned earlier, yesterday, we got the official word from Cedar Fair that all of their park openings are being delayed. Um, Nowhere is going to be open until at least mid-May. Obviously, there's no official date yet because they don't actually know if that's even going to happen. But basically, as soon as they think they're going to be able to open, they'll open. But it's not going to be till at least mid-May. So obviously, that pushes back a lot of openings. Kings Island, I was supposed to be going to Kings Island for opening day, April 11th, and riding Orion. Obviously, that's not happening. Cedar Point was supposed to open May 9th. That's not happening. In the best case scenario, they could open like a week after that. So we'll see what happens. But guys, I'm really stressing everybody. And I know everybody is saying this right now, but everybody needs to be on top of their game right now, keeping themselves absolutely clean, washing your hands, sanitizing, wiping down all those dirty surfaces. Just stay inside unless you absolutely have to go out for groceries or something like that. Just stay inside. It's not worth it. It only takes one person. It might not really affect you that much if you get it, but you're going to pass it to somebody else who then will pass it to somebody else, and it's very contagious, and it's contagious before you show symptoms. So just stay inside. It's, we all got to work on this together, especially if we want those parks to open up. So I think I've been rambling enough. You guys have all heard this, but just a little PSA, just stay safe out there. So all right. But getting into the actual news topics finally. Heidi Park is opening Peppa's Balloon Ride for 2020, which is a Zamperla Samba Tower style ride. One of those ones that has like the tall arm and like the spinny things and like the balloons or whatever on it. But it's going to be themed to Peppa the Pig. So and Kennywood, actually, going back to the coronavirus, Kennywood is actually planning on opening as scheduled on May 2nd. So we'll see what happens with that. But Kennywood posted that they're opening on May 2nd as normal. And obviously they're taking lots of precautions, cleaning everything in sight. But yeah, May 2nd, Kennywood is opening apparently. If any of you guys decide to go there, though, just be really careful. Just I think it's a little too early for them to open, but just be really careful if you decide to go there. Okay. Wonder Woman, the 4D experience is coming to Gardaland for the 2020 season. Really isn't anything known about this. It's some kind of 4D experience, as the name implies. But oh, Insane Coaster Junkie says Waldemir is planning on May 2nd as normal too. Now, I was thinking they open later in May. Did they change their operating schedule this year? Because I thought they always open like after is it Labor Day? Is it Labor Day in May? I think I always thought they opened after that. But all right. A traveling Huss Frisbee has been spotted at Gillian's Wonderland Pier in Ocean City, New Jersey. Apparently, this is a Huss Frisbee that has traveled around quite a bit, and it's parked there right now. So it might be put up at that park, or maybe it's just sitting there for right now until they can move it somewhere else. But Huss Frisbee. So oh, Waldemir is always the first weekend. Okay, okay. Thank you guys. All right. Um, more custom lagoon shows are coming at Universal Florida. Just like there's like a Halloween show, and I guess they're gonna add another version of that or something, and then do like a holiday overlay as well, so they can run it through Christmas. Yeah, so new lagoon shows. You live near Ocean City, nice. All right, Cacolin Joe. All right. Yeah, Cedar Point was scheduled for May 9th, Saturday, May 9th. So, all right. Walt Disney World, amidst the coronavirus, is actually shutting down construction projects as well, it appears. So, lots of people thinking, maybe these places can get ahead with what they're working on, at least during this time. But Walt Disney World is shutting down construction. So, yeah, probably push back openings of whatever they're working on. So, Gilroy Gardens. Okay, I'm just gonna say it. In my next removal for each Cedar Fair Park video I released a few days ago, I mentioned Gilroy Gardens, and I said, "Oh, nothing's gonna happen with this park. They never do anything with this." And the park is actually managed by Cedar Fair. They don't actually really own. They don't own the park. They manage it, so they wouldn't even put these kind of investments into it. And I didn't talk about it anyway because of that. But I guess a Gilroy Gardens expansion is being planned. It's being looked at. It's supposed to improve the park over the next several years. So maybe Gilroy Gardens will get some new rides or something. I don't know. Okay, I guess Disney World was in the middle of repainting Cinderella's castle and building the Tron ride at Magic Kingdom. Okay, okay. So those will probably be pushed back a little bit, the openings. So, um, all right, what else do we got here? So I have Trimper's Rides in Ocean City, Maryland is adding 11 new rides this year, I guess. I don't know what they are exactly. I don't think they've really said. Probably a lot of small flat rides and stuff, but yeah, Trimper's Rides, 11 new rides in Ocean City, Maryland. So that's pretty cool. A really small boardwalk park getting some investment. It's always good to see that. So these smaller parks have to keep investing as well so they can try to keep attracting business so that way they can hopefully thrive. So I always love seeing smaller parks getting decent additions like this. So hopefully it'll do good for them. I don't know what they are, but so we got a little bit of good news here, I guess. It gives me a little bit of hope anyway. Um, parks in China have started to open. I know Shanghai Disneyland opened with limited operations. It's at like 50% capacity right now, and very limited interactions with staff and stuff like that. So they're limiting things for right now, but parks in China are starting to open, which definitely a good sign for China. I think it gives me a little bit of hope too, but so that's what's going on right now. Elitch Gardens is refinancing debt for future redevelopment. So I don't know what's going on with that project that was supposed to replace the park in the coming years or force the park to move or whatever. But Elitch Gardens redevelopment plans, I don't know what's going on there. That's all that's been said. So basically they're getting rid of debt and planning for the future. Planning. All right. Now I wanted to end the news cycle on a much more positive note. So I do have some positive news here for you guys, and I think a lot of people will be happy to hear this. I'm not getting too, I'm cautiously optimistic still, especially with everything that's going on. But we have some Indiana Beach news. The county offered a $3 million incentive for a potential buyer. So somebody that might be potentially interested in buying Indiana Beach, they're getting $3 million basically to help get some things up and running and help with maintenance and just whatever else might need done at the park. So that's pretty good, for somebody that's coming in there wanting to buy the park. Um, and to bookend that, there's a picture on Screamscape actually. There's been some activity seen in the park. I guess like the Ferris wheel and maybe some of the other smaller rides were actually operating. And even some of the water features in the park were running. Like it showed some sprinkler things that were running. So that would suggest maybe they're showing people around the park, which is a good sign. So there could be a potential buyer. Let's keep our fingers crossed for Indiana Beach, and hopefully we can get that park back up and running. I I don't think it would be back up this year, to be honest, but maybe next year we'll get to go to Indiana Beach again. So good signs, good signs. Well, that's all the new stuff I really have to talk about. There really isn't a whole lot going on right now. Because everybody's worried about the virus and parks are delaying stuff, including announcements and things like that. Dollywood was supposed to make an announcement over a week ago, and that's being postponed till who knows when. But so yeah, that's our news topics for this week. All right, how you guys doing out there? What do you think? What do you think about all this stuff going on? I mean, what have you guys been doing to fill the time, while you're stuck inside? Fantasy Island, I know somebody made a petition to try to help save it. I think Fantasy Island is done for, to be completely honest. I think they are still technically like looking for buyers, but a lot of the rides have begun removal for that park. Um, and Silver Comet, it's a wooden coaster. I feel like a lot of people aren't going to want to you know, take on buying that and moving it. It's wood coasters are complicated, much more expensive to relocate. So, okay. Brandon is watching my stream to pass the time. Well, That's cool. I mean, what else could you wanna do? Even if you weren't stuck inside, you would wanna watch this, so, I mean, like, what the hell, you know? Can't beat it. Alright, Insane Coaster Junkie has been, working on school. He's doing online classes. In my free time, I'm working on my new videos, playing video games, and watching Netflix. Okay, that's cool. I'm trying to stay busy as well. I've ramped up video production a little bit. So I'm getting more videos done, which is great. Like I said, I'm working on one to hopefully get released like maybe tomorrow, sometime in the next couple days. I also have some other plans. I actually am right now just about to hit 1,500 subscribers, which is crazy. But I'm going to be doing a special video for 1,500 subscribers. It's just going to be something fun, just something kind of quirky, something I've never done before. And I hope you guys enjoy watching it. But yeah, so that'll be pretty soon too. My 1,500 subscriber video. Coaster Camp says the virus really sucks. It seems like we have gone through a whole year worth of bad news in only a few weeks. I'm right there with you. It's mentally exhausting. I'm honestly tired of hearing about it. Um, I know I keep bringing it up too, but honestly, I'm trying to not talk about it so much. It's just like, yeah, like you said, everything is happening. It's just everything is affected by this. Every little thing, every person, it's ridiculous. Rings of Earth is asking if I've taken airline to get to parks. I have not. I've actually never flown in my life. I have not flown. So, Insane Coaster Junkie is planning on a special for 2,000 subscribers. So, if you have hit 2,000 subscribers already, congratulations. I know you said you're about to hit that mark. Um, Insane Coaster Junkie is an awesome channel. Go check him out. If you guys probably all know who he is. And actually, while I'm shouting out channels here, I know all of you guys will know Airtime Thrills. Airtime Thrills is, in my opinion, one of the best coaster channels out there. Chris is an awesome guy. I've talked to him online a lot. Um, but I want to shout him out because, especially for my last couple videos, but for some of my other videos as well, he's really helped me a lot. I was looking for footage for certain rides and stuff that I could not find anywhere that was free to use. And obviously, he has a second channel called Airtime Thrills Raw Footage, where he specifically uploads footage specifically for content creators to just use freely without worrying about copyright or anything like that. So he does an awesome job supporting the community and he supports everybody. He's awesome. So if you guys don't know Airtime Thrills for some crazy reason, go check him out. Um, I've been watching him since he had like 4 videos and like 200 subscribers or something like that, and now he has like 26,000 subscribers or something crazy. So he's an awesome guy. Go check him out. And also, there's a channel called X Coasters that has free to use POVs as well. I've also noticed Coaster Hipster, which is another amazing channel that he also uploads free to use content. You just got to give these guys credit. Um, so yeah, it's I'm glad to see a lot of that going on in the community. There's a lot of people, especially ever since Airtime Thrills created that channel specifically for content like that. A lot of people are coming out and like uploading, free to use content and whatnot. Oh yes, El Toro Ryan, who another fantastic guy with some great footage. He is also doing free to use footage as well now too. So he's yeah, great guys, great channels. They're really supporting the community. Um if you guys ever I do see like any footage from my videos you would like to use, you guys can use them too. All of my videos are Creative Commons, so just give credit for them. You know, yeah, do not use Coaster Force footage. Do not use. I see people using their footage all the time, and I just cringe. I'm like, you have no idea. They brought down a whole channel, which is really unfortunate. A great channel too, very well known channel. Completely wiped out because he used some Coaster Force videos. So, all right, guys. We have the trivia section next. um, so I'm gonna ask you guys a couple trivia questions here. Like I said, yeah, don't use TPR either. But anyway, I'm not gonna get into that. Into our trivia section, I have one question ready. Like I said, I'm not exactly sure which question I'm gonna use even yet for my second trivia question. I have some ideas in my head, but all right, are you guys ready to work your brains? Okay. Oh yeah, Sharp Productions has a great footage. Great stuff. Um all right, what's up, Chris? Good to see you here. I don't know when you joined, but we're about to do trivia right now. And my first trivia question, all right? No more hesitating now. Blue Hawk at Six Flags Over Georgia is a Vekoma custom MK1200 model that opened at the park in 1992. What was Blue Hawk originally called, and where did the coaster originally operate before being relocated to Six Flags Over Georgia? Blue Hawk, Six Flags Over Georgia. What was it originally called at Six Flags Over Georgia, and where did it originally operate? Yes, it was originally called Ninja. It was at a Jersey boardwalk park, but which one? Which boardwalk park was it at? It's a now defunct park, actually. Closed in like early 2000s. Not Casino Pier. A defunct boardwalk park. Chris has no idea. Thanks for your help, Chris. Okay, guys. Well, the answer is Dinosaur Beach in Wildwood, New Jersey. So, Ninja, which is at Six Flags Over Georgia, it was at Wildwood in New Jersey from 1989 to 1991, and it was called Kamikaze, and it had an all-white color scheme. Um, pretty cool looking with that all-white color scheme, I gotta say. Um, and then obviously it moved to Six Flags Over Georgia, where in 1992, and it was called Ninja. It had a color scheme of white supports and red track, and the trains were black. It was Ninja until 2015. They completely replaced it with all new Vekoma track, new trains. It looks great now, and it's called Blue Hawk. It now has a blue track and gray support color scheme. Great looking ride. I've heard it's much better ever since they've refurbished it, which is good to hear. Oh, I've got a trivia question here. Blue Hawk is only one of 2 coasters ever to have a butterfly element. What's the other coaster? And I think Coaster Lover 2001 just answered it. Go to Re at Park Asterix. I know which coaster that is. I probably butchered the pronunciation, but I think it is that one. I wouldn't have guessed it though if he wouldn't have said that. So sorry, Rings of Earth. Yeah, Godery. How do you say that? Godery, Goderix, whatever. I've heard that's a terrible ride, by the way. Some people say that's like the worst coaster out there. I've heard pretty bad things about it. So though that butterfly element though looks so cool. It is such a cool looking element. I don't know how it actually feels, if it's like intense or anything like that, but it looks awesome. So, and I love how Blue Hawk is like situated over the water. It's a really nice looking ride. I'm kind of glad they decided to refurbish it and keep it around, you know. It's good to see, you know, parks putting, you know, investing in rides like that to keep them running good. So, oh yeah, that's right. Theme Park Crazy had it in his top 10 worst coasters. The Goderix, Godery, whatever. Godurix. Okay, Godurix. That's how you say it. Gudurix. I'll say Gudurix. Yeah, so I've got to ask you guys something else here. So you guys probably all know this, but who is the whoop whoop what's going on here? Okay, anyway, um who is the famous roller coaster designer? Um the famous roller coaster designer who has designed, I believe, well, definitely he's designed more roller coasters than anybody else in the world. So, he's designed hundreds of roller coasters. What is his name? Many of our favorite coasters were designed by this guy. Werner Stingel, that's right, a German roller coaster designer. He designed lots of rides for Schwarzkopf, and then also many of the well-known Intamin coasters he's designed. Um, I know he's worked with other companies too, but he's designed over 500 roller coasters. 500 coasters. That's freaking insane. Um, that's correct. He made Maverick. He designed Maverick. He designed Millennium Force. He designed Top Thrill Dragster, King de Ka. I think probably El Toro. I mean, pretty much any great intimate ride that you can think of, Werner Stengel has designed. He actually has a coaster element named after him, the Stengel Dive. Maverick has a Stengel Dive. Goliath at the Wallaby Park has a Stengel Dive. Um, yeah, just wow, he's an incredible designer. I mean, he has a lot to his name. He's he's 81 years old currently. Um, and he's retired, but I think even to this day, he still designs like a little bit in his spare time. Uh, like he'll help people out and stuff. So, um, Anton Schwarzkopf did design rides as well. I'm not exactly sure like what was designed by Schwarzkopf and which was designed by Stengel and whatnot. But yeah, another very prominent designer, obviously, of the 70s and 80s. But I was actually talking to my friend Chris, who's in the chat right now. I was talking to him last night, and he actually gave me this idea that I ended up turning into like maybe this idea of like maybe doing a series where I talk about all kinds of different influential roller coaster manufacturers, or not manufacturers, designers, uh, individual people, and talking about each one of those and like going really in depth about them and what they do and things like that. Would you guys be interested in seeing that? I think it sounds like it could be a pretty cool series. So I'll have to do some research and, see what I can find out there. I don't think there's a whole lot of information about some of these people, but I thought it'd be pretty cool, to maybe dig around and see what I could find and make a cool series about roller coaster designers that we all know and love. So, and some of them are not very well known either. Some of them are like really new and upcoming. Some of them have been around for a while, people like Ron Toomer, Alan Schilke, Joe Draves, you know. I'm sorry for all these pauses. I pause quite a bit in my live streams. I think there's like a lag, like for some reason, like when I ask something and people type out answers, they don't show up right away. So I'm just kind of waiting for, to see if anybody has anything to say before I move on to the next topic. So, um, the first GCI designer, Mike Boodley. That's another designer I was thinking about doing a video on, actually. So, yeah, Coaster Lover 2001. I believe old school B&Ms were designed by Werner Stingel. I believe so. I was thinking some of the B&Ms might have been designed by him, and I'm pretty sure they were. I don't know what coaster used to be listed to have a Cobra loop. I don't even know what the hell a Cobra loop is. Probably just one of those crazy RMC names or something. Is it just like a corkscrew? Because I know Storm Chaser has a corkscrew. I don't know. Enlighten me. I'm not sure what B&Ms he designed. I can't remember. Let me go to RCDB actually, since I'm right here. Um, I let me see. I'm not able to find him on RCDB. Oh, here we go, because he's listed. Okay. Um, I don't think I can really filter these by manufacturer. Otherwise, I could tell you what B&Ms he designed. Oh, Afterburn. He designed Afterburn at Carowinds. What other B&Ms did he design? Alpengeist at Busch Gardens Williamsburg. Apollo's Chariot at Busch Gardens Williamsburg. So not even just like really old B&Ms, but even some of like the little bit later ones he designed as well. Let's see. He designed the Batman the Ride invert coasters, the inverted B&Ms. Bizarro at Six Flags Great Adventure. So he designed a lot of B&M rides, a lot of B&M, a lot of Intamin, and even many Schwarzkopf coasters as well. So Giovanola. All right, guys. Well, I'm just gonna open this up now. We've been here for about 45 minutes now. So what questions do you have for me? Do you guys have any, absolutely burning questions? You just need to ask me. What the hell do you want to ask me? Just fire away. What do you got for me? Coaster Camp is asking what my favorite Millennium Force train is. Blue, red, or yellow? Blue, just purely based on color. So I'm not one who like has preferences of like trains, like, oh, this train runs so much better than this one. So visually, the blue one is my favorite. Ho makes B&M coasters. That Ho making those B&Ms. I gotta say, the yellow train does look really good as well. Maybe yellow's my favorite. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, they all look great. Love those T-bar restraints. Oh man, those are some of my favorite restraints. They're so good. Oh, okay. I figured you were just talking about the colors. It's all good. How many colors did Anaconda at Gold Reef City have? I think it had 2 color schemes. I don't know. Very different ones. Rings of Earth says, and you're going to Six Flags Great Adventure this summer. Are you excited for King de Ka? Your home park is CP and Euro Top Thrill Dragster. Will you compare them? Of course, I'll do reviews on those coasters if I get to ride them. Yeah, so that trip, I'm supposed to go to all these different parks in the second week of June. I'm really afraid what's going to happen with that trip. I don't know if we're going to even be able to do it. Which that's going to be really disheartening. I'm really looking forward to this trip. I've been wanting to do this for a really long time. I'm gonna be so devastated if I don't get to go on that trip. But in early June, I'm supposed to be going to Six Flags Great Adventure, Knoebels, Dorney Park, Hershey Park, Waldemere, possibly Conneaut and Kennywood, maybe. Just all these great parks, all these bucket list coasters I have, and I don't know if I'm gonna even get to do it. So, are you serious? One of the El Toro trains has a Kia advertisement. Ugh. I was just cringing earlier because when I was on the Blue Hawk Six Flags Over Georgia RCDB page, there's pictures on there of when Blue Hawk used to be Ninja, and they had all of these Axe advertisements all over the train, the station, and it just looked so awful. Like the colors were not on par with like the rest of the ride. It looked terrible. It was like for Axe Twist, like the deodorant and stuff like that. Do I have any plans yet that have been delayed because of coronavirus? Well, I mean, I was going to be going to Cedar Point's opening and also Kings Island's opening day. So those have been delayed. Nothing major yet has been delayed. I was just talking about that June trip. Uh, I'm going to be so bummed if I don't get to do that. Um, Top Coaster Lover 2001 has listed his top 4 steel coaster designers in no particular order: Alan Schilke, Werner Stengel, Anton Schwarzkopf, and Ron Toomer. That's a good list. That's a good list there. Downhill Adrenaline says, "Hi, I made it. Do I get an award? Good job. You get a pat on the back. Good job. He made it here. Late as usual." Chris says, "I'm a bee bum too." Chris is supposed to be going with me on that awesome trip. Um, he's kind of spearheaded the whole thing. And he like laid out the plans and everything. He's great at planning stuff. And we're both really looking forward to going. And we're just gonna be devastated little coaster boys if we don't get to go on this trip. So keep us in your thoughts. What about King de Ka's old "got to be glued" ad? That sounds awful. Six Flags and their gaudy advertisements, I tell you. They're not subtle about it. You go to Cedar Fair parks and they have a lot of advertisements, everywhere for stuff, but they're much more subtle and they try to work them in a way where it's not like boom, just like in your face, like, yeah, get some hair gel, eat some Takis. What else do we got? Drive a Kia. It's just like it's just in your face. I have not heard of the Hershey education events. Wow, that sounds crazy. Downhill Adrenaline says if my King's Dominion and Busch Gardens Williamsburg trip gets canceled, I'm gonna lose my mind. I think we're all gonna lose our mind here pretty soon. My parents, Rings of Earth says my parents had a Six Flags Darien Lake trip in July planned, but the virus could cancel it. Ugh, I don't even want to think about if it's gonna still be going on at that time. What if all coasters had shin guards? I've never had a problem with any of the shin guards I've experienced. I know a lot of people don't like them. I think that would suck though if every coaster had them. Okay, Rings of Earth said at Hershey he saw a Chevy commercial. All right. Hey, no problem, Chris. No problem. Yeah. Great job at planning. Much better than me. I just throw everything together at the last minute. So hey, Chris, do you mind if I tell everybody the story about the hotel room when we went to Kings Island? Can I tell that story here about the sheets? Um, Coaster Lover 2001, my spring break trip to Florida, which was supposed to be going on right now as we speak, has been canceled. Yeah, it's affecting everything. It sucks. AR7 Productions asks, "What's your opinion on China stealing the record for tallest B&M wing coaster?" It's whatever. I don't care. That coaster looks awesome. I've seen it. I love wing coasters. It looks great, but it's whatever. They beat Cedar Point by like 3 feet, I think. So it's great. Rings of Earth says the Chevy commercial advertisement was placed near Fahrenheit at Hershey Park. Yeah, Downhill Adrenaline. I saw your video about coronavirus. Actually, I watched it. Um, it sucks. Yeah, we all have to talk about this. It stinks. Do I watch GP2 Enthusiast? That's a great question. I love GP2 Enthusiast. He actually works at Cedar Point, but he does very informative, well researched, educated videos about. I watched the one he did earlier today about restraints on coasters. Really good videos. GP2 Enthusiast, just really good factual information. And I've learned a lot from him. So he's also doing a flat ride of the week series, which is pretty cool too. Oh, okay. They beat Cedar Point by almost 30 feet with that Chinese wing coaster. Okay, I forgot how tall it was, but yeah, it is like almost a hyper coaster in height, which is awesome. Um, I saw that his Chinese knockoff manufacturer videos. Those were really good videos. Oh yeah, his debunked videos. Those are classic. All right, Chris has given me the go ahead to tell the little story about the hotel room at Kings Island. Well, not at Kings Island, but so we went to Kings Island closing weekend of 2019, and we drove up there on Friday right after we got done with work. So we got to Kings Island, like after 8 o'clock, I think. We were well, it was around 8 we got there. Um, we were there until 1 o'clock when it was open. And afterwards, we go to the hotel that he booked, um, which is pretty close to the park. And it was a nice hotel, and they handled the situation very well, I gotta say. I was pretty pleased with it. But we walk in the room, and we just each gravitate to, a certain bed or whatever. And he like pulls back the sheets on his bed, and he's like, "There's just stains on my sheets." And I'm just like, "What?" So like We're trying to figure out what to do because there's like these stains all over the sheets, and it's like, what the hell is like? So I'm looking up, I pull out my phone and I'm like, wait, hold up. So I look up, what do jizz stains on hotel sheets look like? And I'm looking at all these pictures, trying to figure out what I'm looking at. And it was just disgusting. There were stains everywhere. We were talking about maybe flipping the sheets or whatever. But ultimately we ended up just pulling them off. He took them down to the office, got some new sheets. They gave him a pretty good discount. They handled it very well, but there were some pretty questionable stains on those bed sheets. So make sure you look really closely at your sheets when you go to amusement parks again. Rings of Earth asks closing weekend, so last days of Vortex. Yeah, we were there Friday and for a little bit on Saturday. That was one hell of a weekend. But yeah, we were there, and there was the whole jizz situation. Then I had a situation on Saturday, which happened right after I got in the park, which really sucked. But we made the best out of the situation. And I did get one last ride on Vortex on its second to last day of operation. It was a very shitty day weather-wise, tons of rain. Nobody was at the park. The park was completely dead. Everything was a walk-on. So it was great in that regard. Yeah. Okay. Falcon at Wuxi Sunak Land is 197 and a half feet tall. World's tallest wing coaster. So it's almost a hyper wing coaster. Coaster Camp says someone saw the Orion announcement video. What do you mean? I mean, yeah, I saw it. I wasn't there, when they announced it, if that's what you're saying. Of course, I remember the dog fart coaster. How could you forget about that? Why have we not talked about the dog fart coaster for like 10 episodes or something? This is crazy. Gotta remember the dog fart coaster. Sounds like someone had a little too much fun in that hotel room. Either that or he had a wet dream. Yeah, I don't even want to know. I mean, obviously things go on in hotel rooms, but somebody had a good time apparently. Is Chris the one from Airtime Thrills? Okay, I'm not referring to that Chris when I talk about um the one that I went to Kings Island with. Totally different guy. So no, actually people have asked me that before. It is not Chris from Airtime Thrills. So Coaster Scoop has a good question. Do I think Orion will be better than Mystic Timbers? Man, that's really hard to say. Diamondback is my favorite in the park. Mystic is a very close second. I think it has potential to be better than Mystic, but Mystic is such a good ride. I don't know. I just have to wait and ride it to answer that. So, Chris, I'm glad you brought that up. I wasn't sure if other people were getting the wrong impression. Me and Chris did not share a bed. So no, we had two separate beds. But the bed that he went to had, all, and it was right when we walked in. It had those stains on it. So yeah, just to clarify there. Coaster Lover 2001 says, was that on Saturday, the day before closing day in October? If so, I went to Cedar Point that day. And while it was raining for much of the day, it was really crowded. Yeah, it was. It was the Saturday before closing, and Kings Island was completely dead. Why is there no super chat button? Yeah, probably because I have not, turned that on yet. Would you guys like to see a super chat button on here? Because I've been thinking about adding that. So I'll probably do that actually. I have not added super chat yet. Do you think that Orion will be better than Millennium Force? Oh man, that's really hard to answer too. Um, I think it'll be right on par with Millennium Force, but I think it's going to be like really super close with those two rides. So, like I could see them being like back to back in my rankings. And currently Millennium Force is like just outside of my top 10 that I've ridden. I think it's like number 11. So, oh yeah, Steel Dragon 2000. It just looks like a hyper coaster on steroids, you know. And my friend here says, "Sure, likely story that you didn't cause those stains." Listen here, mother. All right, I'll stop. I'll stop. But no, I did not cause those stains. Whether you want to believe it or not, I did not cause those stains. They were already there when we walked in the room. So, Maverick 114E says, "When do you think parks will open back up?" I would say late June at the earliest. I'm not even gonna go there because I don't wanna think about it. It makes me sad. It very well could be late June or something like that, which would just suck. So, what looks better, Leviathan or Orion? Why why are you guys asking difficult questions? I think, uh I think Orion has potential to be a little bit better than Leviathan. I feel like it takes what Leviathan did and just improves upon it a little bit. So, most underrated coaster in Europe. Mm, I can't think of anybody or anybody. I can't think of anyone specifically at the moment that I'd be like, "Oh, that looks really underrated." If I think of one, I'll let you know. Oh, you know what? Actually, maybe Leisberg Banan, the Schwarzkopf coaster at Liseberg. So, Leesburg Banan, that looks like an awesome ride. I guess it was Schwarzkopf's, favorite coaster, his favorite coaster actually, that he designed, so yeah, yeah, you went to the wrong park on the wrong day, that's right. He wouldn't tell a story if he caused those stains, absolutely, I would not. Do I have any theories why B&M likes to make long giga brake runs? It's not even just the gigas, like, Valraven has a super long brake run, I guess just because they have so much speed if they're so big that they just wanna, I don't know, add more clearance maybe? That's the only thing I can think of. And it's crazy because I watch, like, POVs of, Superman the ride at Six Flags New England, and that ride is just hauling into those brakes, and the brake run is so freaking short. Like, that brake run is, like, so minimal. It's just, like, the length of, like, one train, right before you get into the station. You're just flying full speed into it. Well, not full speed, obviously, you're not at your top speed, but you fly into those brakes. Yes, my videos get monetized. You want an easy question? Fine. Will Orion or Corkscrew be better? Corkscrew, definitely, no doubt. Um, Trivia. What was Ron Toomer's favorite coaster? Well, I understand that he actually did not care for coasters and he didn't really ride the coasters he designed very much, if ever. Um, so I don't know. I guess was it Magnum? I don't know. I heard Shockwave at Six Flags Over Texas is best Schwarzkopf in the US. I believe that. I believe it. Rings of Earth says, what was your first looping coaster? Mine was Super Duper Looper at Hershey Park. I was actually thinking about this the other day because I was trying to think what my first coaster with inversions was, and I can't remember for sure. It could have actually been Raptor, but I think it was Corkscrew. I think it was Corkscrew probably, but I'm not positive. What if another Intamin Zaxbin went to the USA? Well, hopefully it'd be a whole hell of a lot better than a Green Lantern. I'll tell you what. Okay, your first inverting coaster was Flight of Fear at Kings Island. Good ride. Good ride. Awful restraints, but good ride there. So very intense. Okay, your first inverting coaster was in Vertigo. All right. That's not a bad ride. And Vertigo is all right. It's basically just a one and done, just a credit, stop. But it's fine. It's all right for a boomerang. Boomerang. Gotta stretch, Yeah, Airtime Thrills considers Green Lantern the worst coaster ever. But he did say he would try it again at Laurent, which is good. Give it the benefit of the doubt because hopefully they're going to improve it, give it, better trains that are designed, to handle those forces and whatnot. Because I know due to California law, they had to make significant modifications to Green Lantern's trains, and that's basically why it was so crappy. So hopefully it's much better for Laurent. All right. Yeah, Green Lantern is a pretty rare credit. Kyle Coster says you should watch the Yukon Striker parody that I made with my friends. It's called Kyle's Roller Coasters. Yukon Striker parody. It has some not so good editing, but is very funny. All right, I'll try to remember that, and I'll check it out, after this. So I'll definitely look for it. What if a Chinese knockoff coaster was better than Steel Vengeance? I don't even know what to say to that. Get the hell out of here. AR7 also wants me to do a deathcore scream. I'm not very good at screaming, but I can try to do my give you guys my best shot at it. So hold on here. All right, you guys want me to do a deathcore scream? Let me see. Okay, I can't do it. Yeah, my vocal cords aren't ready for that, so yeah. Cough into your arm, everybody. You see that? I just coughed into my arm. Don't cough on your hands. And if you do, wash them good. I don't think that was good, but thank you. Thank you. All right. Chris says, blows my mind. that a coaster designer would not want to ride their ride, not even one time. Yeah, that is pretty crazy to me too. And like I said, I can't remember for sure. I do remember reading that he was not a roller coaster fan. I think maybe he would ride some of his rides like one time, maybe, but I'm not positive. But I know he wasn't like a big roller coaster fanatic. I think they made him like I think he had motion sickness or something like that, maybe. Uh my friend Brandon has some advice here. Cough into other people's arms. Yeah, absolutely. You can't reach your arm, just reach for somebody else's and cough into it. Not really. Don't do that, by the way. Do not do that. In case you couldn't tell that we were joking. BB Rexa's favorite coaster is a Chinese kiddie coaster named Roller Coaster. I don't know. I don't even know what to say to that. I don't know what to say to that. So when do all of you guys think that these parks will start to open back up? Yeah, yeah. Elvis Presley's favorite coaster was Zippin' Pippin' at Liberty Land, which has been rebuilt by the Gravity Group in like 2011. It looks like a great little ride. Yeah, Elvis's favorite roller coaster. Coaster Camp says roller coaster is the most generic name for a coaster ever. You couldn't do any better than that. Yeah, that's I don't know why like some parks are just so lazy. Like roller coaster, really? Really? Like I don't know. Even if you come up with a pretty sucky name, like I feel like it'd be better than roller coaster, you know. Or you got some too that are like Rolo Coaster, like at Idlewild you have Rolo Coaster, which I'm fine with that one because it's a quirky little small ride, so it's like okay, whatever, and it's fun. But do I plan on uploading anything special for April Fool's Day? No. On April Fool's Day, I'm just gonna upload just a serious normal video. Um, yeah, nothing out of the ordinary on April Fool's Day. Nothing at all. Just the normal stuff. So just look out for regular videos that day. Make sure you tap that bell icon. How many coaster coffee mugs do you have? You know what? That's a really good question. I have, let's see, I have this Maverick one. Okay. So Maverick, a Cedar Point mug, a Ravine Flyer 2 mug, Lightning Rod, Volcano the Blast Coaster, I feel like I'm missing like one or two. I'll have to think about it. Maybe that's all of them. I have at least five amusement park and coaster mugs. So, Rings of Earth says, easy question. This was asked on Coaster Studios one time to Taylor's sister. What is the name of the wooden roller coaster at Lagoon? Roller coaster. Millennium 305. What if they called it Millennium Force 310 or something like that? But did you see theme park crazy, and Coaster Studios and CoasterBot April Fool's video. They're, I don't know what. Yeah, I see all those videos. They're fun. So Coaster Lover 2001. Ever thought of making a video showing your coaster collection, like merch, maps, shirts, etc.? I have thought about doing that, but that probably won't be for a while. I actually have to go through all of the stuff in our shed, because the way it is right now, it's completely packed with stuff, and it's really hard to get to anything. And all of that stuff that I collected like many years ago that I still have, the stuff that I do have, it's like shoved in the back of the shed and it's hard to get to. So maybe at some point I'll do that. I don't know. Maybe as like one of my specials or something whenever I get like however many subscribers. I don't know. Oh, Chris, you're right. Yeah, I have a Magnum mug as well. So 6. We're at 6 mugs now. Tell me what other mugs I have, guys. Yeah, so I have at least 6 coaster mugs. I think that's all of them. Not positive though. You should actually cough into someone else's arm. Yeah, maybe not. Coaster Camp says, did you see Keys to the Kingdom? Are you considering going to that or going to Hollywood Nights? I was thinking about possibly going to Hollywood Nights, but I didn't even know how it was going to work out. And now with the coronavirus, I don't think it is going to work out, unfortunately. So probably not. Probably won't be going there. I wouldn't be able to make it to Keys to the Kingdom. It would only be one or the other. So hashtag what's in Coaster Daddy's shed. Yeah, you guys should get that trending. What's in Coaster Daddy's shed? Do I have a Racer at Kings Island mug? No, I do not. Oh, what's up, Great American Coasters? Good to see you here. If you guys haven't checked out Great American Coasters, go subscribe to him. He has an awesome channel. He does lots of interesting videos, really, really good content. So go check him out. Hollywood Nights won't have Voyage. What do you mean they won't have Voyage? Hollywood, that's like the whole, reason to go to Hollywood Nights is to ride Trimless Voyage at night. Yeah, no problem, Great American Coasters. I love your content. Your stuff is good. Very unique work. So, like I said, go check him out. Okay, Hellfire is saying that apparently people are saying that Voyage trains won't be there for Hollywood Nights. I don't know where that came from, how true it is, but if Voyage wouldn't be going for that, I definitely won't go. So did you know some people called T3 at Kentucky Kingdom said T3 stands for Thigh Crush times 3? I believe it. If you have 4 pencils and I have 7 apples, how many pancakes will fit on the roof? Hopefully all of the pancakes. Hashtag Timberline Voyage. Okay, they actually got rid of Voyage's PTC trains a while back because they were planning on putting Timberliners on. And when they ran it with the Timberliners, it just did not have, the trains were too light and they just didn't work up enough speed to finish the course. So they decided to get some new PTCs back on there. So what actually happened was they got rid of the Voyage PTC trains. Another coaster is using those now. Can't remember which one at the moment. They put Timberliners on. Those didn't work out. So they got one of Raven's two trains and put that on there, which instead of the 7 row PTC cars like they had in Voyage, they were using a 6 train. one now for Voyage for a time, and then they bought trains for Voyage. So PTC trains, new ones, which are now 6-row or 6-car PTC trains. Wrong. The answer is purple because aliens don't wear hats. Aw, I'm disappointed now. Good to see all you guys here, by the way. Seems like everybody's here. That's good. Okay, Coaster Camp asks, do you have any other hobbies besides coasters, playing guitar, and stroking your magnificent beard? Not really. I have done like some logo design in the past, and I tried to get that off the ground doing freelance work. So I'm kind of interested in that, but that's kind of fallen by the wayside. Yeah, I don't really. Oh, you're one of those people that pronounces roof as rough, just like my mom. I'm sorry. Predator at Six Flags Darien Lake is using the old trains now. Okay. Well, I know Six Flags Darien Lake only runs their coasters with one train, so I don't know what they're doing with the other one, but what is the most confusing Meshuggah song? I don't know. I don't really know a lot of Meshuggah songs by heart since I don't really listen to them per se. So all of their songs are freaking confusing. Do you watch any non-coaster YouTubers? If so, what are your favorites? That's a good question, and it's also really hard to answer because I watch all kinds of random shit. Like, I'm the kind of person who's addicted to YouTube, and I'll just sit there and I watch like any random thing that comes across my recommendations that looks interesting. I watch a lot of business videos. Like I watched a guy called The Company Man. I watch a lot of music related stuff like Crash Thompson, Rocked. I watch Crash Thompson used to be called The Rock Critic. He's a really good channel. I watch I was obsessed for a really long time with Dan Bell. He does this Dead Mall series where he just goes throughout all these dead malls in America and basically just documents them. It's really interesting to me for some reason, but those are just some of the videos that I watch. So he does stroke that beard a lot. Doesn't he know he shouldn't be touching his face? You know, that's actually correct. And I've been thinking about that. Like, I do need to get better about that. Like, I'm always just like, whenever I need to scratch my face, I'm going like this with my arm a lot of times. So if you guys see me doing that, that's what I'm doing. I try not to touch my face, and absolutely I should not be doing that. So I'll try not to stroke this magnificent beard anymore. What coaster runs the most trains? I know Maverick runs like 5, but it has 6 trains, but they usually run like 5. So yeah, the Company Man, he does really good videos about businesses and documenting their history and whatnot. Pretty good stuff. Oh, Stevie T. Yeah, I love Stevie T. I watch Stevie T as well. I have a Stevie T shirt. I bought his album when he released it in like 2015, and I have the shirt that says "You Can't Handle the Gent," and it has his goofy ass face on it. It's awesome. Yeah, Stevie T is great. I like Rumi. I've been watching a lot of Rumi official videos. He does really good professional, like entertaining content. I like Samurai Guitarist. Let's see. There's just so much crap I watch. I just can't think of a lot of things because I watch so much stuff. So I'm trying to think of my favorites. Mhm. Oh, Todd in the Shadows. He does a series called One Hit Wonderland that's really good. Um, let's see. I have Alpha Media, which is like a music channel. I watch him. Austin McConnell. I just discovered Austin McConnell recently. He does a lot of interesting, just like random stuff. Let's see. Oh my subscription list is so ridiculous. It's so long. It's crazy. Oh, Wang. There's this guy. His channel's called Wang. I discovered him about a year or so ago. His videos. He has some weird stories on there. Really weird shit. Uh, I like his stuff. AR7 Production says wear the Stevie T-shirt on Coaster Cafe 12. Maybe I'll do that. I'll think about doing that. Okay, you watch Austin McConnell too? Yeah, he does really interesting just videos about just random topics. So, um, he also has a magnificent beard. Yes, yes, he does. Coaster Lover 2001 says I watch a lot of different channels. I'll try to list as many as I can. All right. Yeah, what do some of you guys like to watch when you're not watching the almighty Coaster Daddy, which obviously is your favorite channel, but no, I'm just joking. But what do you guys like to watch? Maybe there's oh yeah, Jared Dines. Yeah, Jared Dines is good. I actually saw Jared Dines. I went and seen my favorite band, Trivium, live in Cleveland in October of 2018. And Jared Dines was actually there. And they Jared Dines played like 3 songs with Trivium, which was awesome. He went on tour with them. So what coaster have you been the most immersed on? I guess Blazing Fury probably has the best theming out of any coaster I've been on. I know the theming isn't spectacular, but I haven't been on a lot of like really themed coasters. So, oh, there is this channel I used to watch. I haven't watched in quite a while, but it's called Business Casual. Because for a while I was like pretty into like a lot of business related videos. So, Business Casual is a good channel. It's pretty well known. Oh, and also Apple Explained. I love Apple Explained. I don't use Apple products or anything like that, and I don't have like an obsession with like Apple or anything like that. But I just love watching Apple Explained and learning about like all the products and stuff like that. It's just so interesting. The most inappropriate coaster? I don't know. I know there are some like in Germany and stuff that have like ladies with boobs and whatnot, but uh boop ba-doo, da-dee, ba-doo, ba-doo. Uh, okay, so channels that Coaster Lover 2001 likes to watch are Matt Cochran, Michael Holtzmeister, DJ's Aviation, Jay's O'Hare, Aviation Plane Spotting, Windover Productions, Real Life Lore, Half as Interesting. I think I've seen Half as Interesting stuff, and they're pretty good. Real Engineering, Tech Racks, and Everything Apple Pro. Okay, I don't know most of those channels, so got some new ones there. Um, do I like aviation too? Nah, I don't have any kind of interest in it. Um, it seems like a lot of people who like coasters are into stuff like that, like aviation and cars and stuff. Never been my thing, but it's all good. We all have different interests, so do 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 do. Uh, Rings of Earth. Did you see my channels I watch? I don't think so. Did you write the? Oh, one airplane channel I watch is CPT Canada. He has 41,000 today. He streams flight simulators. Okay, that sounds cool. Sounds pretty cool. What is the lowest tuned guitar you've heard? Well, I tuned my guitar to like drop F one time, just messing around. So I guess that sounded pretty crappy, but it was low, man. It was low. Coaster Lover 2001 says I have 3 separate YouTube channels based on my different interests and hobbies. I have this one for coasters, a siren and aviation channel, and an automotive channel. Okay, cool. Coaster Camp says I don't know what's up with that. Coasters and planes are nothing alike. Um, I kind of agree, but also I can kind of see where people would be fascinated with coaster or with planes too. I guess because they're like, I don't know, just like these engineered machines that are. I don't know. Like I kind of see it. I also understand where you're coming from, but Tommy's Aviation and Sirens and Tay Kovac won. Okay. Uh, okay, AR7 says the lowest guitar I heard was when Andrew Baina pitch shift his 9 string, double drop C sharp down by 2 octaves. Holy crap. Yeah. Sounds like the brown note right there. Did you crap your pants when you heard it? All right. All right, I got rid of that spammer there. So, should have done that a while ago. um You didn't crap your pants when you heard it. That's good, I guess. All right, guys. Well, I want to thank you guys for showing up here today. I know things are crazy right now, and we're all trying our best to just push through this, and hopefully the parks won't take too long to open back up. But we're gonna have to be patient, be diligent about staying clean, washing hands, and all that good stuff. So please just listen to the advice, do your best, and stay home. And yeah, thank you guys for showing up to episode 11 of Coaster Cafe. It's been pretty fun. Um, I might be, since I'll be off work next week at least as well, I might do like another impromptu type of live stream like I did this week. I don't know when or what or whatever we're going to talk about, but it might happen, just so you're aware. That's right. Hashtag flatten the curve. Chris has the right idea. Flatten that curve. We need to get through this, and we all need to work together. That's very, very important right now, especially if we want to get to those parks sooner than later. So please, everybody, just listen to the advice, stay home, wash your hands, and stay safe out there. Yeah, you have a great day as well. Thank you guys for watching. All right. And I will see you guys next Saturday for episode 12 of Coaster Cafe. Thanks for watching.